Hello students, let us solve the first numerical example on leverages, specifically financial leverage. So the example is a limited company has equity share capital of rupees 5 lakhs divided into shares of rupees 100 each. It wishes to raise further rupees 3 lakhs for expansion cum modernization plans. The company plans the following financing schemes. First, all common stock. Second, rupees 1 lakh in common stock and rupees 2 lakhs in 10% debentures. C. All debt at 10% per annum. D. Rupees 1 lakh in common stock and rupees 2 lakhs in preference capital with the rate of dividend at 8%. The company's existing earnings before interest and tax, that is EBIT, are rupees 1,50,000. The corporate rate of tax is 50%. You are required to determine the earnings per share EPS in each plan and comment on the implications of financial leverage. So students, let us solve the example. So now in the example it is given that the company already has rupees 5 lakhs in the form of equity share capital of rupees 100 each. So there are 5,000 equity shares. Now the company wants another rupees 3 lakhs rupees for its expansion and modernization plan. So there are four plans by which the company is planning to raise the additional rupees 3 lakhs. So there are four plans according to which they will raise the finance. So when we are solving this example, we need to find out the earnings per share EPS. So for that sake, we'll have to prepare this type of statement where there will be one particulars column. Then as many plans are there, that many columns we'll have to make. So in this case, there are four plans. So plan 1, plan 2, plan 3 and plan 4. So in such examples, the EBIT is always given. So we have to always begin with the EBIT, that is earnings before interest and tax. And it is given as 1,50,000. So it will remain same for all four plans. Okay, so the starting point for finding out the earnings per share will be the earnings before interest and tax. Now from this earnings before interest and tax, we have to deduct the outsiders liabilities first. So first thing that will be deducted from the EBIT is the interest. So we will deduct interest when we have taken loan. Now in the first plan, the 3 lakhs rupees whatever is raised, that is raised with the help of equity share capital. So we don't pay interest, we pay dividend to the equity shareholders. So in first plan there is no loan. So we'll have to put a dash there. In the second plan, what they have done, 1 lakh rupees is raised with the help of equity shares and 2 lakhs with the help of debentures at 10% rate of interest. So we will calculate interest at 10% on rupees 2 lakhs because we have issued the debentures of only 2 lakh rupees. So 10% on 2 lakhs comes to 20,000. So in the second plan, the interest will be rupees 20,000. Now in the third plan, what they have done, they have said that the total amount of rupees 3 lakhs will be raised with the help of debt at 10% rate of interest. So here total amount is taken as loan, the 3 lakhs rupees. So 30% on 3 lakh rupees, that will come to rupees 30,000. So the plan 3 will have interest of amount of 30,000. Now the fourth plan comprises of equity shares and preference shares. So here again there is no loan taken or there are no debentures issued. So again there will be no interest to be paid. So again there will be a dash. So we will deduct the interest from the EBIT. We will get earnings before tax. So in plan 1, the earnings before tax are rupees 1,50,000. Plan 2, 1,30,000. Plan 3, 1,20,000. Plan 4, 1,50,000. Now the second important item that has to be deducted from this earnings is the tax. Now here in the example they have given the tax rate as 50%. So from this earnings before tax we will deduct the tax at 50%. So from 1,50,000 half, that is 50%, will be 75,000. 1,30,000 minus 50%, that will be 65,000. Then 50% of 1,20,000 will be 60,000. and 50% of 1,50,000 will be 75,000. So we will deduct tax, and the amount what you get will be called as earnings after tax. So in the first plan, the earnings after tax are rupees 75,000, second plan 65,000, third plan 60,000, and fourth plan 75,000. Now we have deducted the interest, then we have deducted the tax, and then afterwards we have to deduct the preference dividend. If we have issued any preference shares, then we'll have to deduct the preference dividend. Now here in this example, in the first three plans there is no preference shares issued. Preference shares are issued only in the fourth plan, and the amount of preference capital raised is rupees 2 lakhs. Okay, and the rate of dividend is given as 8%. So 8% on rupees 2 lakhs will come to rupees 16,000. So 16,000 preference dividend will be shown only in the plan 4. Okay, now from the profit after tax we will deduct the preference dividend, and the remaining amount will be called as earnings available for common shareholders or equity shareholders. So in the plan 1 we have 75,000, plan 2 65,000, plan 3 60,000, and plan 4 59,000. Now we'll have to find out, now we'll have to divide this earnings which are available for equity shareholders, we'll have to divide them by the number of equity shares issued, so that we get the earnings per share. So we need to find out the number of equity shares. Now while calculating the number of equity shares, we have to keep in mind the existing number of equity shares also, plus the new quantity of equity shares issued according to the additional plan, or according to the different plans. Okay, now here in the example they have given that the company already has rupees 5 lakhs equity capital, and the value of equity per equity share is 100 rupees. Okay, so 5 lakhs divided by 100 rupees will get 5,000. That means 5,000 equity shares are already issued. Now in the plan 1, 3 lakhs rupees are going to be raised by way of only common shares or equity shares. So how to find out the number of equity shares? It will be 3 lakhs divided by 100. Per share rate will be rupees 100. Okay, so 3 lakhs divided by 100 will get 3,000. So existing there are 5,000 equity shares. In plan 1 we are raising 3 lakhs rupees by way of equity shares, and how many equity shares? 3,000 equity shares. So 5,000 plus 3,000, it will be 8,000 equity shares. Then in the second plan what is done? Rupees 1 lakh is raised with the help of equity shares, and 2 lakhs with the help of debentures. So here again 1 lakh divided by 100, 100 will be the equity value of equity share per share. Okay, so here new equity shares will be 1,000, and existing already there are 5,000. So 5,000 plus 1,000 will be 6,000. Now in the third plan there are no equity shares issued. The total amount of 3 lakhs rupees is taken as loan. So here only we will show the existing number of equity shares, that is 5,000. In the fourth plan, 1 lakh rupees are raised by equity shares and 2 lakhs by preference shares. So here again there will be 1,000 equity shares. So existing 5,000 plus new 1,000, that will be 6,000. And last we find out the earning per share. So earning per share, how it is calculated? It is calculated by dividing earnings available for common shareholders divided by number of common shares. So 75,000 divided by 8,000 gives you rupees 9.375. 65,000 divided by 6,000 rupees 10.83. Then third plan, 60,000 divided by 5,000 gives rupees 12 EPS. And last plan, 59,000 divided by 6,000. The EPS will be rupees 9.83. Okay. Now here we can see we have to select the plan. So which plan we will be selecting? We'll be selecting the plan which gives the highest EPS, highest earnings for the equity shareholders. So we can see in plan 3 the EPS is highest, it is 12 rupees. And if you go to see the plan 3, the plan 3 has more amount of debt, more amount of loan in the capital structure, okay, as compared to other three plans. And because of that, what has happened, this is the impact of combining, mixing of borrowed capital with own capital, impact of financial leverage, because of which the earnings per share are maximum under the third plan, okay. So in the comments we can say, in the four plans of fresh financing, plan 3 is the most leveraged of all. Most leverage of all means there is more amount of debt in the capital structure, combination of debt and equity. In this case, additional financing is done by raising loans at 10% interest. Plan 2 has fresh capital stock of rupees 1 lakh, while rupees 2 lakhs are raised from loans. Plan 4 does not have fresh loans, but preference capital has been raised for rupees 2 lakhs. The earnings per share is the highest in plan 3, that is rupees 12. This plan depends upon fixed cost funds, and that has benefited the common or equity stockholders by increasing their share in profits. Plan 2 is next best scheme, where EPS is rupees 10.83. In this case too, rupees 2 lakhs are raised through fixed cost funds, that is debentures. Even in plan 4, where preference capital of rupees 2 lakhs is issued, it is better than plan 1, where only common stock of rupees 3 lakhs is raised. Thank you.